Jones Law and its role to the Philippine independence.
The Jones Law, an act to declare the purpose of the people of the United States as the future political status of the people of the Philippine Islands and to provide a more autonomous government for those islands, which means Jones Law stated that the U.S. government intended to give the Philippines more self-governance and eventually independence once the country was ready for it. So, ano nga ba yung mga pagbabago na dala ng batas na to? First po is more autonomy. It allowed the Philippines to have a greater say in governing itself, like creating a bicameral Congress that we will discuss later on po. And however, the US still had control over some areas like foreign policy and the defense. And second po is the path to independence. The law made it clear that in the future, when the Philippines had a stable government, the US would grant it full independence. As we can see in this picture po, President Woodrow Wilson signed the law into effect on August 29, 1916, marking the U.S. government's commitments to granting more autonomy to the Philippines and eventually granting them independence when the country was ready po. And sa baba po nito is the Governor General Francis Burton Harrison. From 1913 to 1921, he played a critical role in supporting the Jones Law. As Governor General po, he worked closely with both the U.S. and the Philippine leaders to push po for the passage of the law and help implement the reforms po. It is the Retirement Act of 1915. It is a law enacted in the Philippines during the American colonial period. It was designed to provide a retirement benefits to the government employees, particularly those in civil services, by allowing them to retire with a pension after a certain number of years of service. Which means po, an attractive financial package was offered po to the Americans who would voluntarily give up their work in the Philippines that led to the Philippinization of bureaucracy, gradually replacing them po with Filipino workers in government positions. For this slide po, Filipino governors were appointed to oversee 45 provinces and Filipino mayors were elected to manage about 800 municipalities. This gave Filipinos more control over the local governance po, helping prepare the country for eventual independence. For the last slide po, bicameral Congress is a legislative body with two houses na kung saan meron tayong the Senate, the upper house, and second is the House of Representatives, the lower house. This system allows for a balance of power where both houses po is work together to make and pass laws. Sa picture po is makita natin si Manuel L. Quezon was the Senate President and Sergio Osmeño was the Speaker of the House of Representatives. This showed the Americans that Filipinos were now capable of managing their own affairs. Filipinos hope that after meeting the requirements of the Jones Law, the U.S. would soon grant them independence and full self-governance.